and gentlemen, welcome to the Free Fire Europe-Russia Invitationals. This is going to be Group D for today. 5 rounds, 13 teams, but only the top 3 will advance to the semi-finals, which will be held in 2 weeks. But with that being said, yesterday we did witness the clash between 12, 13 teams in Group C. There's a clear difference in skill levels for some of the teams, and those that were at the top 3 by the end of yesterday definitely deserve it. But today we will be looking at a fresh batch of contenders and find out who will end up in your semi-finalist spots. It's going to be 5 rounds, 2 different maps, and we'll go into the first map of the night, of the evening, which is going to be Bermuda. So we'll just see how this team is going to play out for tonight. And they definitely starting out with a clean slate for this evening. Yesterday, some of the notable teams were, if memory serves, definitely Team Death Note and Legends were two of the teams that were in the limelight. They definitely showed up a lot. They were the teams who adapted the fastest. But today, we might see something different. Fresh batch. So you can see straight up, you have team number 2 dropping to Shipyard immediately. Definitely isolated themselves from the population, as it will be an equal spread for the rest of the squads. But of course, the circle for some reason has been concentrated a lot. In the center, with one of the circle, the final one landing in a moat house, if I'm not mistaken, separating between the island. The south side of moat house, separating both sides with a river in the middle. But today might be different, so we'll see how this is going to play out. As look at the teams, it's actually an equal spread, but for squad number 12 and 5, they're kind of in an awkward position, especially for squad number 12. Adele is at the very edge of the map, still dropping down. Not really sure what's happening right there, but hopefully they did plan it out, because the rest of his team are actually at Sentosa, which is completely separated from Adele. He has to kind of get to rejoin the rest of his squad alone, which the middle of the map is kind of intercepted by team number 5. It's going to be quite a challenge for Adele, because he can either swim to mainland and rejoin his team there, or just make a run for it. But the better course of action would definitely be to swim to mainland, as it's going to be role model. Why has DZ? It's the team that is scattered across Sentosa. But old school TN now making their way towards the beach. But definitely, first round for the group stage, obviously going to be very passive, as all teams are still trying to figure out what their opponent's strats are. But squad 2 is definitely taking control of Shipyard. See, they are already starting to load out on resources now. They have the guns scar being picked up. It's all about it all comes down to the medkit resources now. But it seems like early gunfire coming in. Christie 92 will be trying to return some fire. They need to save Griga 420, who has been down, but Mort, pretty much healthy, decides to not take that fight. Already dealt a significant amount of damage, I would say. Griga and Graki dropping really low. Griga was just revived, but it's going to peek back from the top of the hill, land a few shots. This time Christie 92 is the one to take the shots, and Moak HK just not letting it out. He's actually a one-man army at this point. The rest of his squad are actually in factory, so it's quite a distance away from where he personally is, and causing that much damage early on, forcing the medkits to be expended that early on from the enemy squad is such a big advantage. As you can see, Mars Electric and Factory is actually a very big distance away, And Marks is just doing work, but now the challenge would be to rejoin the rest of his squad. As number 6 will be at your clock tower by the watchtower. Vietnam CZ Pro. Could pick some mushrooms on the way. It's making their way up from clock tower. The Masaki strip, it seems like where they want to go. Team number 6 passing by a hangar. And Call Me Baby will pick up the rest of his team. First circle, definitely in quite a decent spot. As you can see, squad 3 still circling around clock tower, and the only team that has sustained damages early on would be team 1. But circle's gonna close slightly towards the center, Masaki strip being the center point. Team 11 now moving towards clock tower is where team number 3 is. It seems like they might directly run into the opponent. Team number 10 also coming in from the side. Team number 3 is going to be the one that will be sandwiched in the middle, and we might have our very first gunfight in clock tower as the footsteps are now drawing closer and closer to team number 3. Can they hear it? They're literally pincered between 2 other squads, but so far they're still holding their ground inside the building. But they might have to consider either fight or flight at this point. It seems like gunshot might have been fired. Adele from Team 12 has been eliminated as Halib as well. Shot to death by Neo, and Team 10 decides to be the first one to pull the trigger. Team number 3 sustaining quite a lot of damage. Gurki Brati dropping super low. Rogers while taking bullets to the body. 2 members of Team 3 dropping low, and Yazan Walid will be the one that's firing from the side, from the edge of clock tower, and they have group number 3 boxed in. And Team 11, they should know about this information as well. They hear all the gunshots. Team number 3 literally boxed in. You can see that Roger killed off by the farmer. Marla trying to return fire, but there's the ice barricade from Team 10 to block out the shots. And Team 11 just watching the action unfold from the side as Team number 3, they don't really have anywhere to go. But it seems like Team 11, they might push in though. There it is, Zabi landing shots to Marla. Marla hiding behind the wall. Geki Brati as well in the building. They have nowhere else to run, and this should be a good spot for them to start pushing in. But Nail gets shot by Team 11 instead from across the terrain. Had to drop that ice barricade. As Keelan also sustaining some damage as well, but he is definitely pushing in as Team number 3 right up by Team number 11, and Team number 10 just rushing into a war zone. It seems like it's a bad choice. They learned it the hard way. Keelan will be shot to death, and Zabi seems like the only member alive near the vicinity as one. Still not making it to the war zone. Near Zabi changes to the Paparan, tries to run away but gets shot right down. Moss still in the factory. The ice barricade is gonna run out, and that is a dead lone wolf. For Team 11, they wipe out Team 3. They get 3 members of Team 10, and Mowat will be the last member of Team 10 alive. Not even close to his comrades when the fight happened, as he hovers around factory. But you see he's making his way to Pochinok, where another team lies in wait. Squad 7 now at Graveyard, but Team 2 will be at Waterfront. You can see that they are getting to the top floor of the building, and that should give them a clear overwatch of the Graveyard. So not really sure what's the plan for Team number 7 hugging at Graveyard. But with the circle, in the state of the circle right now, they definitely are in safe hands. Don't have to worry too much. Team 2, I see hovering around Waterfront. They don't have information of where Team 7 is. The Team 7, they are in good hands, but meanwhile, kills coming on off screen. See Team 4 sustaining gunfire. It's Bobby trying to run into the safe zone. This is just the first circle, so no problem right there. He should be relatively safe. As Miss Kafa will join the rest of his squad in the circle. But it seems like Bobby is the only member alive for Team 5. I'm not really sure if he wants to even take it back. He should know where Team 4 is, because he should be able to hear the footsteps. He should have noticed something. He should have noticed his enemies. And seems like the circle is really closing into the Bimaski strip in the middle. Now, all eyes lays on 6 and 7, who has just came out from graveyard. And 6 is finishing looting the outpost. They should be able to see Shababi. And Team 7 beelining towards outpost. This might be a gunfight as Team 6. They're going to see Teos, and there's the gunshot right away through the scope. The ADS, not enough. Teos drops down to 50% health, and that gives away information of team number 6 immediately to Team 7. Team 6, you can see, Baby will run towards high ground, trying to gain some leverage, but Team 7 is ready. It's Bully Bog and the rest of his team is waiting for Team 6 to push right in. The next safe zone will start to shrink, and that means that they either have to run for safety or they have to fight. But with how things are, Aluso already driving the car, but it's not going to drive far. It's going to die straight away. Uruk with the pickup. And that means that these two teams, they have to fight to the death. The last man standing will be last squad standing will be able to get away to safety because the zone is closing in, which means that they have to push in straight away. That's a grenade being tossed, but Uruk's going to get hit by an explosive. Not enough damage to kill him, so it doesn't really matter too much. But that's his squad. See, that's squad 6, that's 3 versus 4. As Ura goes into that ADS, trying to scope out his enemies, but Tolasoy is gonna peek out from the side of the building, land some shots. Ura down to 50% health. Tolasoy is gonna take an explosive on his own as well, also down to 50% health. At this team, they are not letting out on each other. It's all counter. Victor of the gunfight is gonna get the vehicle and get into safety as Duke is flanking from behind the truck. But a team like Team 7 and Oblivious, they're focusing on in front. That is a 2 versus 4 for now. I mean, coming in for the flank. Baby gets shut down with the M1014 straight away, and it seems like Tolasol is the only person alive. Dog is just too far away. He's abandoning his team. He's actually running away, leaving his comrade out to dry. That is a dead Teos. Unfortunate though, Teos being taken up by Tola. It seems like they also decide to not fight. So they will call for the ceasefire. Team 6, they will lose 2 members. Team 7, they will lose 3 instead. But it also forces Toiler to go the long way around the graveyard. And if he does not have it, he's going to expend so much resources just trying to get into the safe zone. That's definitely a win for Team 7. They have the numbers advantage, and they force Toiler to go for such a long detour. But Headhunter will be spotted out by the entirety of Team 1, now hides behind the tree, but as this team have enough time to respond, Griga 420 again drops to low health. Garaki peeks out but almost gets shot. Headhunter playing this really patiently, as you can see Team 1 trying to reposition. As 11 will try to fight Christie, peeking out, take some shots, drops low, not yet out. Garaki as well, as they continue to use their advantages, but Wallet, Yazan Wallet will drop to critical condition as well. But there's 4 teams around peak, and Team 11 will be in the center of everything as the next safe zone will shrink in less than 30 seconds. Miss Kafa and the rest of her team, that's Team 4, they rank in the same direction as Team 11, which means that Team 11 will spot them first from behind. Should see Team 4 jumping right now. Trying to run into the safe zone, but that means that Talib will be the first to get spotted. Mr. Green as well takes some shots. Mr. Green runs his cover behind the fence. As Team 4, they just continue running. They're now going to position themselves behind the fence and behind the hut. It's their time to fight again. Time to return fire. Whitehead landing some good pot shots, but Fico will take some damage. It's going to be knocked down straight away, but his team not in a position to revive him as they decide to continue this fight. So Fico will be hung out to dry. That's the circle closing in. The third circle starting to hurt these teams a bit. And that means that fighting is a really big choice that both teams have to make. But Griga fortunately now bleeding to death, but the safe zone is closing in, which means that Griga is definitely going to die through the circle. It's team number 8 now. Landing fire, trying to shoot team number 1 as they try to get into the circle. There's Coney and Christy dying as well. That's team 1 being wiped out completely outside the safe zone. They have no time to heal. They have no time. The only thing that they can do is run, and running not really the best option right now. But meanwhile, team 8 now running downhill into Bamasakti. They are going to sustain shot as well, but Yazan Walid here's the shotgun, doesn't get hit for some reason, but there's a flag coming in. Yazan Walid trying to return fire, takes one down low, now tries to run away, shoots out the window. It's not going to get anyone, but the MP40 is really useful. That's a really big spray. That's the big burst of damage. 911 though. He's going to be the first one to get knocked down. That's the return fire, but it lands onto no one. Yazan Walid is going to try and finish off 911. Doesn't get it. He's going to knock the second member, team 8, down, as the rest of team 8 now trying to close in for the kill. Yazan Walid somehow is still alive, getting that first kill. Might just get the 2k though, and that is the 2k. The rest of team 11 coming in, trying to provide the cover fire, and they're going to wipe on team 8 for sure. They will. Headhunter with the last kill as the safe zone will now close in 5 seconds. Then is the 4th circle coming in. Team number 4, Mr. Green, leading the charge uphill. That is Headhunter near the water tank. They are in the building. They have the advantage. So far, team number 2 was the safest team as they have not engaged in any gunfight yet. There's 3 teams at 11 alive. Talib is the first one to take some fire, and then Walid, he has performed really well, but can he stand out against Miss Kafa? No, Miss Kafa wins the fight with the MP40 as he's going to shoot the Headhunter, but he's running out of stairs as well. Yazan Walid is the last member alive for team 11 to keep everything, to keep his team in the game. There's the ice barricade being laid down. Yazan Walid will take cover behind the ice barricade, but the ice barricade is being broken out right away. Team number 4, they have a lot of choice. They're going to leave Yazan Walid as he will remain in the building. The rest of team 4 will run downhill, and it seems like they are running in the right direction. They have the high ground advantage. They have where the circle is. 2 teams left. Yazan Walid dies. It's going to be 2 versus 4. 1 on the high ground and 1 on the low ground, and that is your medic gun healing up team number 4. But team 2, they will spot out the enemies on the high ground. Supposed to try to run behind the rock, and he will. With 52 HP, he's going to start healing up before trying to return fire. But meanwhile, DZ not winning the gunfight as team will try to return fire. There's Hunter 1, 2, 3. Not going to knock Mr. Green down, but there's the ice barricade. Lion go down. Mr. Green will get knocked. Grenades flying in from the other side of the hill. Sumasan will be knocked down, but not before he lands some explosives. As the rest of team 2 will now try to revive Sumasan. Team 4 only has a concrete wall separating them between team number 2, but safe zone is still in their favor. Team number 2 is in a world of pain as they try to up downhill. That is the ice barricade trying to keep them safe while they run into the safe zone, but there is a grenade running in, and Hunter might not have anyone else to rest. That is gone, and 5 before they're supposed to kill him. Oh, but it seems like there's not enough time. Old school TN, they will take round 1. 17 kills on top of first place standing. That is 640 points in total. Second place, that's Kisuna, not even close. 260. World Legends will close out this round. Third place with 350 points. That's the rest of the score, but you can see role model just so far ahead. Having 640 points in the first round and knowing that second and third place are not even halfway close is a really good start. So a really great performance from old school TN in the very first round. It was definitely some skill coordination and a bit of luck being at the right place at the right time where the safe zone closes in. But that definitely concludes round 1. We'll come back for round 2 after a short break, and when we come back it's going to be purgatory, so don't go anywhere. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Free Fire Euro-Russia Invitational for Group D this evening, where 12 teams will compete for the top 3 spots across 5 rounds for the semi-finalist position. We just witnessed round 1 where the teams battled it up in Bermuda, and for round 2 we'll go into Purgatory to see what these teams have brought to have installed for us. But Role Model TN will be the team that we'll be watching, as they have a phenomenal run in round 1, but we'll see if it stands tall for Purgatory as we jump right into the second round, the second map. See how things will turn out. Remember, only the top 3 teams by the end of this evening will proceed to the semi-finals. So every round will count. Each kill will translate to 20 points, whereas your standings, first place will be 300 points, second place will have a deduction of a certain amount of points, so on and so forth. So it's not impossible for teams at the very last place to catch back up, but solidifying your spot in the first 3 rounds is definitely really important, and that's what Role Model has done. 640 points, that is 300 points on top of 17 kills in round 1, with second place not even close to that. We'll see if round 2 will bring something different, as the map will now be split up into 1 mainland, 1 small island, and of course 2 mediocre piece of geographical landscape. The teams spreading out as Team 6 will land in Marble Works. It seems like there are actually at least 4 teams at Marble Works. They make it 5. 1 on the other side of the bridge, that's going to be team number 2. Kraki will be the first one to land for his team. As you know, they're already doing recon work, but have to be careful. Shots are already being fired early on, and that is not good. We've seen yesterday teams get wiped out at the start of the game, and that has been very detrimental. You can see Griga will be knocked down, traded in return. Scoli now tries to go for the revive, but Raki will finish him off with the shotgun, but Coney will come in. So it is going to be a trade, I believe. No, it's actually going to be a 2. Seems like, yeah, it's 2v3 actually. So Team 12 already lost 2 members at the start. Christy taking some damage. Actually, no. Team 1, they didn't lose any single member. So that's 4 versus 2, and Team 12. I just mentioned about how losing your entire squad, getting eliminated early on is not good. But it seems like it might happen to Team 12 if Team 1 decides to push on forward. So far, that has not been the case. It might change really soon, as Abbott still peeking at the window on the high ground, but finally Team 1 decides to call it off. They're going to start rotating away from Marble Works towards the bridge. And it could be a wise choice. Sumasum. Sumasam running to rejoin his team, but Coney gets knocked down off screen, so Team 12, they're not letting up yet. They're still ready to take a fight when they want to. Griga will be providing cover fire if needed. Team 12 running in. Abbott running straight into Team 1's line of fire, and that is not good. Abbott killed off for no reason, and that's all up to Said with the XM8. It's going to be 1 against 4 if he goes for this fight. This is Team 1. They might push in. Meanwhile, Mr. Green sustaining some damage, but is lucky enough to run into a med kit, so I think not too much of a problem. It's gonna start healing back up. But Mr. Green will be the only guy left alive for his team, as the rest of his team has been wiped out. And I believe by Team 11, who lost 2 members as well, Fico and Yazan Walid. But the first save zone will start shrinking in less than 1.5 minutes. Meanwhile, Team 10 fighting on Team 9, and Juan Marcelo not paying attention is going to get shot right down. Skylarker and Chucky Keller now pushing forward to go for Marcelo. Marcelo's most likely going to die, but they can't hear the gunshots from the rest of team number 10 as Adele Walker gets flanked straight away. That is a direct headshot with the rifle, and also will be the last man alive, and it might not be long though. That's the SKS. If straight at the head, Chucky Keller gets an easy 3k, and it's just team number 10 not paying attention at all. Information is definitely not being relayed properly, as they miss out a flanker who was right in front of them. That will be the downfall. So 2 teams out of the round immediately before the first safe zone shrinks. And it might be 3 though, as teammate and team 3, they are really nearby, near the lumber mill. Breathing beside each other as Khalid might be spotted out, though he's running across the crane and he's gonna spot out Toila. He's actually going to spot almost the entire team of Team A is going to start firing. Kombi Genji will be spotted out, gets knocked down, but Khalid, he himself is slow as well. To start proning and go for the kill, but Geeky Brati not so lucky. Kombi Bay is going to get shot right down from afar, and there's a push forward from the rest of team number 8, but Roger is there for the backup. He will lose Geeky Brati, but definitely in a better place. There's the Farmers. As team number 8, they will lose 2 members. Toya Soy and Kombi Genji are the only 2 alive. It's going to be the 2 against 3. Marla pushing forward. Toya going getting shot from behind. Gonna start returning fire. Where's the information? Is it being relayed properly? Haleh will be knocked down. That's be served as a distraction. Kombi Genji will be in a standoff against Roger, but Toya Soy returning fire underneath the locks, behind the locks. Marla not looking the right way. Roger has to be careful as well. Kombi Genji will expose his head, but where's the headshot? Somehow they're not hitting fire. Kombi Genji returns fire, and he's actually winning the gunfight. Marla 55 need to practice on the aim a bit, as Roger will be gunned down by Toiler, and Marla against 2 members of team number 8. Toiler is going to go for the flank around the locks. It's going to run into Marla 55. Marla 55 taking the MP40, but the MP40 is not going to save his life. Team 3 wiped out near Lumber Mill, and it's just team 8. Definitely showing that they have the superior aim. Attention now, we will switch to Chucky Caleb on team 9. Might be a 9 versus 2. So you can see how Chucky Caleb is approaching the house. But he's gonna start hearing gunshots, and that means that he can divert himself to the attention might be diverted. Summer Rain shooting from below. Golomet will be jumped right down, but there is Skylarker is rushing too far forward, gets fed a barrage of lead, and then there's Summer Rain as well being spotted and taking so much gunshot, changed into that bat, trying to run away as fast as he can, but no, the bullets are faster than his footsteps. He'll go right down. Chucky Killer is the only one alive left for team number 9, and team number 2 starting to push into Villa. Chucky Killer will zip line away to safety. Knows that he cannot take the fight, but will team number 2 try to catch him? They're not even going to bother catching, as in fact they're going to shoot him dead on top of the zip line. That will be the very last adventure trip that he takes. Great kills coming in. Suddenly 5 teams eliminated, only 7 teams left. Team 6 will be at Quarry. Very densely populated place. Densely populated with densely occupied with structures and resources. Definitely not enemies. But now, body back. Team 7 playing really safe. I don't think they have engaged in any fights yet. Team 8 only Kombi Genji and Toilet Soy. Toilet Soy alive. Team 11 it's gonna be YH and Headhunter. Team 1 having the entire team, but pace will slightly slow down as the early skirmishes that has dragged down for quite a while will end. But there is, as you can see, the second circle now closing, the first circle I believe, closing in. We'll see where the circle will lead. Mr. Green now trying to outrun the safe zone, but has to be really careful. Let's climb over the railings to get to the other side. He's definitely almost in the circle, so he should be fine. But Team 6 waiting patiently in quarry, but Team 1 pushing into quarry. You can see their path, the direction is running straight. Christie will be leading the charge. Not sure if Team 6 hear the footsteps though. Christie definitely in front, and if both squads bump into each other, it's going to be a 4 versus 4. Christie running straight into quarry. No, because not spot anyone out yet, but you can hear the gunshots from Team 1 and Team 6. And Louis just gets spotted out, takes a chunk of damage. Not enough to kill him, but Team 6 now have to fight as Moa gets taken out. Rerox will get knocked down. His teammate should be able to revive him as Louis is going for the flank behind the factory, and he's going to shoot from behind. Garaki now realizes that he's in a bit of a trouble. Actually gets knocked down, but will the rest of Team 1 go for the save? Though it seems that they will not. Riga focusing on firing down Zabi as Kilani comes in with the cleanup. Christie will be the first one to die on the on team number 1, and it seems like Team 1 now going for the retreat as Riga takes some bullets in the back. Garaki is low as well, but Team 6 they are fearless, and there's the M1014 Kilani too far forward. Riga now dropping, so he's gonna kill out just in time, but more HK gonna come in with his own AK. He's gonna start gunning down team number 6. Garaki will go down as well. 40 will stand back up. Riga low health though. 40 minutes fire from behind. Billy Louis gonna push right in with his own barrage of bullets, and will they clean this out? And there's the MP5 with the cleanup. Louis 07 taking the final 2 kills for his team. Team will be wiped out. Yes. The next safe zone will be near the golf course. Already starting to close down as this team, they did spend quite a long time fighting, and that means that they have little time to outrun the circle. Team 7, they can hold the bridge if they want. It's a whole definitely near golf course. Central is also within the vicinity. There's still a chance for the circle to close towards Central instead, but at this point in time, it's going to be at this point in time we can't be sure. Sage Zone definitely still shrinking, as Team number 7 are on the watchtower near the golf course. Gives them perfect view over golf course and Central, where the snipers from Team 8 all lurk. Stuck as the circle is going to start hurting more and more. The teams have to be more and more cautious. That's Team 2. Still all 4 members intact. They can go for the zipline if they want to. And let's see the circle close in. Still going to be at the golf course. So those who are already at the golf course can start establishing their army, establishing base. Louis 07. Rest of Team 7 are actually in such a good spot. But danger zone for the first time. It's going to be near Mount Villa, where Team 2 is, which means Team 2 will be boxed in the danger zone for now. Screamet will be watching from below. There's low ground. It seems like they hear the gunfire. There's the explosive being knocked down in the danger zone. Team 2, they will just be taking fire. Mr. Green swimming across the river, the only one left alive for his team, team number 4. Team number 6 now, running to Mount Villa. They were running to Team 2 though. Team 2, they just got to the safe zone, but it seems that they might not be getting much rest. Kilani definitely cheating death just now, but there's the grenade coming in from the low ground. They have to be really careful. There's a grenade that can land onto one. Oliver is the first one to drop right down. Almin Second one to fall victim to the explosive. Almost gonna get brought back up, but down right away because there's the push. Firing that 10-14. We'll take down one first. Now 1906. Mod HK knows that something is wrong. He does hear the gunshots. He's gonna run right in. He's gonna start Sumo Stump straight away, but before he can get to fire, they have to turn fire on team number 1 as the rest of his team will join the fray. But more HK is gonna start flanking from the back. Sumo Stump is down clearly as well. More HK might be the last vision of his team, and he indeed is going for Hunter, but Hunter is gonna sidestep all those bullets, and that means there's a 4K for team number 2. They're going to wipe team 6 out straight away. Only 3 teams left. Team number 8 swimming across the river, some taking the zip line. But Tommy Gandhi will be scoped out at the zip line where he lands, and that will be his grave. Uruk definitely paying attention to the map. His teammate. Only Toyota Sword, the last man alive. As the save zone will shrink in 10 seconds. Toyota Sword, how long can he hold on? Team number 2, they have to be really cautious. Because if they go to the zip line right now, Team 7 will have clear vision of them and then start shooting them down. But they don't have much time to work with as the circle is already closing in. And this circle is going to hurt a lot. Team 2 now. Toyota Sword going for high ground, but the bullets from Team number 10 is going to start zipping through as almost some. You can see the amount of damage he's taking, but he's still slightly outrunning. Save zone is going to be safe, but he's running straight into the vicinity of the watchtower where Tolasoi is, and Sumasam is running straight out. Does he hear the grenade? I think he does. Tolasoi is ready, and there is the spray. Sumasam is going to get knocked out. Tolasoi only gets 1, I believe, but that also means that as they don't even have to do anything. They let the second and third place fight to the death, and they just claim an easy win. So old school TN first place from last round is gonna get 5th place in this round. We have new people on the leaderboard, but that's Kisuna. It was the second or third place in the previous round as well. So like I said, they can still catch up. And old school TN, they are not. This round wasn't good for them. It's going to reset the leaderboard as it's going to be it was very punishing. A role model as well, not having a good round 2 for Purgatory. But with that being said, you can see that these teams, they are starting to step up. Purgatory, it might be a difference of match. Some have more experience in Bermuda, some have more experience in Purgatory, but we're going to find out where the experience truly lies when we continue round 3, 4, and 5. But before that, we'll go on a short break. When we come back, it will be round 3 of this Invitationals as we head back to Bermuda. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Free Fire Euro-Russia Invitationals. It's going to be Group D this evening as we prepare ourselves for round number 3, which will take place in Bermuda. 13 teams, 4 members each squad, but only with one goal, which to make it to the Covenant title of champions. But first, they'll have to secure the top 3 spots by the end of tonight to proceed into semi-finals, and we'll see if they can do just that as we load onto Bermuda and check out what these teams have in store for us. We've witnessed for round 1 and 2, it was really intense. Round 2 was more intense. Round 1 was a bit slower. Teams are gauging each other's ability at where the hot zone is, how their opponents respond. But round number 2 was a bit faster in purgatory, where you can see that 2 different squads got the booyah at the very end. But right now we're going back to Bermuda, and Bermuda, the booyah was taken by first place was taken by, I believe, Old School TN, if I'm not mistaken. Role Model also trailing a bit, trailing quite on the average skill. So another team that we have to look at. Role Model taking, I think, 6 to 8 for both games, as Old School they got the booyah in round 1, but round 2 not so lucky as they ended up in 5th place, which is kind of a major setback for them, allowing other teams to catch back up. But let's see if the second round on Bermuda will make any difference. Team number 11 will be dropping at Mill. Team 1 sticking to Plantation. Seems that Team 2 they've got their early vehicle, but Teos will be spotted out. Sorry, to go for a few pot shots, but besides, against they're not going to fire any more shots, conserve their ammo for a bit. But Call Me Baby is hovering around the vicinity. Not really sure what's the intention there, but car engine is going to give away the position to the enemies. Team number 7, they do have a better control of the area. The Bimasakti Strip controlled by Team 7, as you can clearly hear the car engine. Squad number 2 will be quite split up, but since Call Me Baby has a vehicle, he should be able to pick up the rest of his team. But all the squads are relatively spread out, as Cape Town, you see squad 10 at Cape Town. Team number 4 will be at the factory, as team number 3 will be in the middle of 4 and 9. That's where the factory is. Mars Electric. Since the team 3, they're running into team 9. Chucky might be spotted. Oh, that's Roger. Spots on Chucky. Caleb will now hide behind the crate, and that should alert the rest of his team to come and provide backup, as Diamond Teddy waiting at the side. That's the ice barricade being set up. Caleb coming in for the flank though from the back. His footsteps should give away where he is, as Caleb just breathing right beside Diamond Teddy. So it goes for a long way of a flank, but he has to get into the fight as soon as he can, as Kekibati already down. As Diamond Teddy is going to spot out. Back is wide as it goes. Halo with the M16 is going to gun him down. That's the first kill for his team. But you can hear the car engine coming from behind, I believe, and that is from team number 9. Skylurker is trying to run people down, but Summer Ray will be the next casualty, as Halo is left unattended. Finally takes bullets in his back, as Roger will shoot down Chucky Caleb. Marla from the other side of the map. That is squad number 4. They decide to crash the party, and they might be the X Factor, as Roger gets killed off straight away. So suddenly Marla is the last member alive. Miss Kappa will sustain some damage, but it's all up to Marla against 4 people from squad number 4, and they are not afraid to push right in. Marla been trying to land a few shots, but you can see all the flanks are coming in. Marla going in for the run, but takes so much shots from the back end. You cannot run in a straight line. That's squad number 3 being taken out straight away. 2 teams down. And team 4 comes in for the wipeout. And when you crash a party like that, you're most likely going to reap the benefits. So now Squad 11. Squad number 2, Vietnam CZ Pro, will cross the bridge into Plantation, which is where another squad is set up in Marble Works. Not Marble, sorry, Shipyard. So Shipyard definitely being taken control as the safe zone will shrink in 40 seconds. Vietnam CZ Pro will successfully cross the bridge and enter Shipyard, but we hope that they are ready for a fight as the rest of Team 1 are really nearby. Call Me Genji leading the charge. It's gonna get spotted out by Christy. Christy is gonna start hiding behind the cargo. Alusu will be the first member to take a few shots in the back. As you can see now, again, the classic standoff between two squads as first safe zone will start shrinking, but gunshots can be heard as bullets will start to fly. Call Me Genji with the farmer is gonna land a lot of shots. They hit the mark, but Call Me Genji just takes too much damage as Call Me Baby now from the side with his own farmer is going to land some shots into squad 1, but not enough to knock anyone down as Toya Soy now with the M60 tries to go for those taps. And he's going to revive Call Me Genji, but Quincy 92 is going to push forward, going to get knocked down instead. Cody 92 looks the wrong way, and there's the ice barricade control down. Really great ice barricade to keep his team safe for now as he goes for the pick. There's the ice barricade from Team number 1 as well. Both teams have their own cover as Cody will pick right out. Aluso runs into 3-man ambush, and that is not good for him. He's going to drop right down. Garaki down on the ground as well, and there's another ice barricade. Farmers onto Cody 92 as he's going to revive his team. Alusu will crawl back to his own safety of his comrade as well as Genji tries to help him up, but Toilet Soy not so lucky, and that's Garaki pushing forward. Coming in, he got knocked down in for third time in a row. Christy in the back, bleeding to death as well, and it's Coney, the last man alive for team number 1. He has to keep his team alive. Going for the revive, a smarter move to make as Toilet Soy will now start to revive his team once more. But there is team bleeding to death. Toya Soy pushing forward with the M60. Look at the tap coming through. Can he get Cody ignited? Jumping around, but he has to return fire to the knockdown. Toya Soy doesn't matter. As Call Me Genji will be the man to save his team. Team 1 will be cleared out just in time for the safe zone to close right in. Squad number 2. They will make it out of Shipyard alive. G420 unfortunately will be eliminated, but there is the M79 grenade launcher hits onto Uruk straight away. That's the second grenade. That's a 2-man knockdown, but Headhunter decides to light some fireworks and blow himself up, but his teammate will be nearby to bring him back to life, and Wallet ready for a fight. Cures from the high ground with his own farmers will shoot Wallet down. Bad mistake from Headhunter. Didn't really gauge the explosive radius properly, ends up hitting himself, but Almin will bleed to death. So that is at least 1 kill for squad number 10, but they could have gotten more. Let's read the World Legends. It's a bit of a botch attempt there, but really goes still in the vicinity of Team 10. They might be considering going back to a fight though. 9 teams left. 27 lives. There you go. Ascending the terrain. Team 10, they are ready. Headhunter aggressively trying to gain position now. Moving towards peak into the circle, but Team 7 will be nearby as well. And again, Team 10 are engaged in a gunfight with Team 11. 7 shooting from the low ground. That's the MP40 on Yazan Wallet. Decides to not go for any shots. Headhunter will return fire, but there is the danger zone. It will be near peak where Team 7 is. As these teams will now cease fire for now. Yazan Wallet and the rest of his squad will take cover, will take shelter in the building, as Team 11 will also be taking cover. But there is the fire. Mwat Just run straight into hindsight. Will be knocked down, but Killen will be there to revive him. Now there is a shot coming in, the MP40 from Killen, not enough, and then Yazamale shooting through the window. One knockdown onto Headhunter, but it is not enough. Louis now coming in with his own MP40. Can he get the shots in? It seems like he will. That's the ice barricade being late. Headhunter running away with a stir of help. Yazamale is going to jump right in, through the window. Who will win the gunfight? It seems like Yazamale is the one winning it, and he will win it out. Ornerio coming in from the back is going to shoot Yazamale down. Goes for the revive first. Can he revive more in time? No. Headhunter will get the kill, but Yazamale is bleeding, and Headhunter can only provide cover fire for as long as he can. He's gonna knock down Louis again, and Mario will sustain some damage himself, but Yazamale is definitely going to go down. As you can see, Headhunter trying to go for the aggressive play before he's gonna try and revive Yazamale. It seems like he will. The revive will come through as Mario does for Headhunter, but he has his a gun facing the wrong way. Headhunter will pump some shotgun pellets into his body. He's gonna switch into that farmers to knock Neryo down. Neryo is down, and Louis will go down as well. That's the M1014, and there is a Headhunter with the cleanup. Wallet somehow survives, gets revived for the third time in a row across that small skirmish. But Juan Marcelo now realizes that his position has been exposed. Adele Walker and Juan Marcelo, the remaining two members alive, were teammate. The save zone will now start shrinking again. And since the save zone is going to be into the center of Clock Tower, so really goes and G420 are the first fews to be eliminated. But now Factory will be your next next destination for a lot of these teams. As you see, Bodibok is the only member alive for his team, and he's staring down the barrel of 4 different members of Team 5. How can he pull his way out? There's scope on the AK. He's gonna reveal himself. Well, there's 4 different barrels pointing at him, and does not seem like he can go anywhere. Will Team 5 decide to go for the push? It seems like they might. There's the AK tap. Not enough though. Lucislav watching from the watchtower, and there is Bobby with the flank. And bully back. Forced into no man's land. Will be eliminated. Team 7 out. Marsh Electric seems to be the center of the safe zone right now. Headhunter scurrying inwards, but the other one leading to death outside the safe zone, which means that Headhunter is the last vestige of his own team. Can he stay alive? That's 4 members of team number 4 as they are going for the suppressed fire. That's your ice barricade being dropped down. Mr. Green come in with the MP40. There's the spray that they need. Team 4 takes down Team 10. The next circle will start shrinking in 50 seconds. We'll be on the east side of Marsh Electric. It seems like Team 6, they have the perfect position at this point of time on the high ground, on top of the mountains. 5 teams left. And you can see Team 2, they're driving straight onto the mountains. It's going to be a 3v4. I see a 2v4. One of the members is so far away. Not really sure if they want to go up the hill. You can see them turning around because shots are being fired from the top of the hill. They realize that they cannot fight this, but the car is already set on fire. They need to start jumping out of the vehicle. And they will get away, but there's so much spraying coming on. Alusu will not survive that. Call me Genji now. Sustaining some damage as well. Toilet Soul will run into Mars Electric, where the sole member of team number 8 is. Might end up being a 1 versus 1 fight, but you can see the safe zone is now shrinking in as the rest of the team, they need to find safety. As Purple Hush kind of cornered. The rest of the team is joining in, but they need to somehow make it to the top. Lutislav is bleeding out. They will go for the revive first, but Lutislav still taking the shot. No, survive. Call me Genji, isolated in that building as the safe zone starts, as the circle starts to close in. There's the watchtower, but they go for away with the UMP. He will get one, but can he get more? The circle is closing it really fast. Purple Heart coming in for the spray. He will clean out Call Me Genji. Is now down. Purple Heart will finish him off. Toya Soul as well dies. Miss Kafa. Team 2 out. The circle is going to start hurting really much, as seems like the safe zone is now in the open area on the east side of Mars Electric, and there's Adele being taken out as well. Team 4 and 5, they will run into each other. It's going to be a 3 versus 4. If I do this, that is Bobby with the scar. That's a few shot in, yes. Meanwhile, Toby kills off Purple Hush. So 2 versus 4. You can see the flank coming around. Bobby looks the wrong way, taking some fire. He's gonna hide behind the wall. Team 6 is pushing in. They're just watching the party unfold. They don't even have to do anything to get. So now Miss Kafa goes for the flank. Great one tap onto Bobby, and Bobby is gonna clean up. But meanwhile, Lutis now with the cover from the M14 downhill behind the trees, and there's the test. But somehow he's missing his shots. But the safe zone is streaking it real soon. They need to finish this fight for as long as they can. Meanwhile, Team 6, they are just happily hiding inside Mars Electric. They don't even need to take this fight, and this might just be the strategy for them to take the booyah for this round. Mr. Green going for the flank on the side of Mars Electric, as Team 6, they will chip in their own ammunition for this. But Lutislav is the remaining member alive for his own team. As the safe zone starts closing in, he is at the edge of the circle, so he'll be safe for this. But meanwhile, Team 6 pushing in. It's going to be 4 versus 2. Can Team 4 do this? Team 5 just hiding it out. It's going to be a bloodbath with the Mars Electric. As you can see, the circle closes right in. The last safe zone actually in favor of Team 4. So those two, they're in a great spot, and this will force Team 6 to start pushing in into the soul structure of Mars Electric. That's 35 seconds until the circle shrinks again. Tilby waiting at the side. Lutislav still hugging beneath on the low side of the hill, but there's going to be Team 6 pushing in. They hear the gunshot. They might just lose one as DZ gets knocked down. No, DZ somehow survived. Tilby will be knocked down. Being low, but is there a flag coming from behind? No. So now it's 1 versus 4. Lutislav, can he do this? Still within the circle. You can see that they're looking for him. There's all the players being run out. M14 going for the tap, trying to go for the headshot, but somehow the crosshair does not connect. And there's the booyah for Desuke Suna, taking the first place for this round. 7 kills on top of 300 points. That's 440 total scores. Role models finally showing up on second place, as Old School still maintaining the top 5 spots, and they're in a really great, they're in good positions to take this away. So for the rest of the team, a bit unfortunate, but Role Models, they did hold out quite long. They didn't get much kills, but they did manage to hide until the end. I see the patience coming out from the team that got booyah. This is great patience and knowing when to go for the push, and things paid off. So that concludes round 3. We'll go on a short intermission. When we come back, it's going to be purgatory for round 4, the second last round, to decide who will advance to the semifinals. We'll be right back. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Free Fire Europe Russia Invitational Group D, as we will now prepare for round number 4 to head into Purgatory and see which three teams will end up on the top 3 of the leaderboard to go into the semi-finals by the end of tonight, which will be happening in 2 weeks. And so far, we've been seeing even more aggressive plays compared to yesterday's Group C, especially some of the teams such as Old School and Role Model that have been pushing their limits really hard. But now we'll load into Purgatory and we'll see if these teams will continue their aggression and maintain the momentum that they've gained in the previous round. So, Old School, Role Model are two of the teams that we need to keep we were keeping an eye on. It seems like Old School, they botched the second round, but in round 3 they definitely came back really strong. But now in Purgatory, round 2, the round that they kind of failed was Purgatory, and it seems like we will go back to Purgatory again with 10 teams. So let's see how these 10 teams are going to play out. And there's always going to be a chance for these teams to pull themselves back from the brink of defeat, because each kill will account for 20 points, and the higher you get on the ranking by the end of the round, the more points you will get. Booyah equals to 300 points. But you can see Team 4, they're going to start out at the very edge of Purgatory. Old School playing it safe as usual. Deskisuna, the team that got Booyah in the previous round playing Bermuda, definitely played a really smart game. We'll see if they repeat the same results. But you can see team number 10 now going for the zip line towards Central. It's avoiding any kind of contact with the enemies for now. Vietnam CD Pro also played an average game across all 3 rounds, but they definitely are not at the bottom. You can say that they're in the middle or something, but seems like all the teams are more congregated at the bottom island. Lumber Mill is now hosting 3 of the squads as we speak. It's Team 1 running uphill. They're going to approach that single house there, where Team number 7 just left in the backyard. So there might not be any point of contact if Team 7 continues running. It seems like they're going to run away. Just barely spotted out, but Team 1, they're going to run forward, and it seems like Team 7, they're scattered apart. Will they go for a fight? Zabi will open fire. Diamond Teddy now taking a lot of damage from the SKS, and Summer Rain will now become the scapegoat for the SKS bullets. Zabi running the wrong way. Diamond Teddy is now down. No mercy for the teddy bear. Chucky hiding behind a tree. Skylager comes in with a vehicle, but he's going to sustain a lot of shots himself, as Neo is doing so much work with the SKS. Skylager might have to abandon the rest of his team to get to safety, and he seems like he will do so. Diamond Teddy and Chucky left to dry at the foot of the hill. But it seems like a captain will sink with his ships. Tommy Genji, meanwhile, being shot from afar. Sakuraki will gun him down. So team says the Vietnam CZ Pro loses one of their top fraggers early on. Not good for them at all. Team 9, they get the first frag. Seems like Summer Rain is down. Chucky, Red Hell, Skylager coming in, trying to go for the revive, but great shot from Zabi with the Scar. Skylager now down as he was Summer Rain being down. Skylager will be gunned down by Nerio as well with the SKS. Jackie Caleb is the last man standing for his team, hiding inside the tunnel, but he has nothing left as he accepts his fate. Team 1 will come in for the cleanup. They will spot him out as Moa will finish things out with the Spaz 12. First team out. It's Red Eagles. Solid start in the beginning, but look at the safe zone. It's going to be on the north side of the map, so teams will have to start moving away from the islands. But as our attention will turn to the Vietnam CD Pro, losing one of their members early on, but it seems like they will try to fight back. against team number 9. SKS being fired. Not really too, not landing the shots. Fire Brigade seems to be the point of contest for now. Meanwhile, near the ski lodge, team 3 and 6 and Adele Walker does spot out team number 6 on top of the hill near the ski lodge. Haron as well, trying to fire some of his shots from that AK, but the AK is not as strong as Haron, gets knocked right down. Will have to be revived by Adele. And team 6 seems like they're slowly going for the push to Masum, running down the hill. And Sasso will be healing out, so Masum running forward, but a lot of common mistake that this team make is that one member's push too far forward, runs into an ambush and dies straight away. So hopefully they learn from the lesson as team number 3 trying to run away from the adversaries. And there is the farmer of Sumasum. There is the one man down. Might just get more. Haron gets abandoned straight away. Great accuracy coming in from the farmer spray as Sasso now hides behind the tree. Decides to run away instead, but there's the farmers again from Sumasum. Sasso dropping low, Sasso down on his knees and into the ground he goes. An early grave for 2 members of team number 3. As Lutis, probably not paying attention to where the gunshot's coming from, will give up his life. Hunter with the headshot with that P90. A lot of factions going near the ski lodge, and the only team in the safe zone right now seems to be Old School at Marble Works. But meanwhile, Alonso trying to run away. He's the only member alive, and not really sure if the rest of Team 10 wants to chase. At this point, I don't think they'll reach him. Alonso will take the zip line away into the safety of the villa. But you can see that Lusu has virtually no resources, no man kit. Purple Hearts gets taken out right away from afar by DZ. Sumasung, Team 6, Eskisuna, the team that got Booyah in the previous round, really on fire this time, taking so many kills. This insane fragging coming in from all the members as they take total control of Ski Lodge and Forge. As you can see, Team 9 will start to drive past the campsite. Definitely heading towards the circle, towards the safe zone. Teammate also with us Dahe with all members intact. But you can see Deskisu now with 7 kills. So that 7 kills, that's basically almost a quarter of the total number of players in this game. So Azahe near the safe zone as Eskisuna will start to move towards the safe zone, towards the circle from Forge. You can see suddenly all the teams that are making their way near making their way into Brasilia, and you might have a really early bloodbath early on. There is the supply crate drop. Teammate, they will get control of it. Adele Walker can only watch as the resources get taken away, but even on top of the hill, he is not safe as he takes some gun shots. But that is the last of his medkit. He has nothing left, only equipped with a Spaz and a M4. How much damage can he do as he starts firing? That gives away his position entirely. He cannot run downhill. He cannot run behind. Sandwiched in between 8 other enemies. As you can see, he continues to fire his M4. But none of the shots will hit. And he's basically trapped on top of the hill as the rest of the squad now will move into the circle. Elusu will drive further and further into the safe zone, being sure to avoid as much confrontation as he can, not wanting to fight any team. He's going to cross the bridge at Marble Works, and that's the safest place that he can go. Meanwhile, Team 9 will lose one of their members. It's Deski Suna trying to run into the circle. Griga is watching. but he is looking the wrong way, and that might cost him one as his comrade gets shot down right away. Sumasum ready, changed into the AK, ready to fire as he runs forward. There is the push that he needs. Griga taking so much fire, and he might not survive this as soon as they take that M1014, and that is all the bullets coming through. 2 members down for Team 9, and they won't be able to survive this at all. Coney92 is the only man surviving for his squad, but he won't survive for long. As you can see, the health bars are dropping, and he will go right down. Christy trying to keep his team alive, but can he do so? Christy seems like going for the Rambo mode, but gets blasted backwards by the M10, by the shotgun. So G420 down, and Deskisuna gets another 4K. 7 teams left, and Walid trying to push on forward as Headhunter hears the gunshot from that Groza from afar, and he's still running like a headless chicken. That Icebreaker is going to get destroyed, but he's going to put down a new one as he uses the first AK behind, but it's not going to sustain the shots from the Groza. Oh yeah, that's a kill that you want. Headhunter will go down, and team number 10 only left with 1 member standing. Teammates should be really happy about that. Seems like it's almost little to no hope for this guy. Only chance he has to get as much point as he can get is to hide until the very end. But how much longer can he do so? As he's now sandwiched between 2 teams as well, inside a single building where you can see teammate is pushing forwards into Brasilia, which is where he is. And he might be running out of places to hide. Going to onto the highest possible floor, that is where he will try to hold out, and he has to pray that the circle does not betray him. Since he's going for the fire, he's gonna land some pot shots onto teammate. But that might not be the wisest choice. Now he gives away his position entirely, and they know that he's the only guy alive because they were the one who slaughtered the rest of his team. And you can see now Team 10 on the run, but the UAV it was deployed right in front of him, and he's going for it straight away. Might be his get out vehicle, and it seems like it will. Now Team 1 holding in Brasilia, the Red Eagles, with 4 kills, but all the members still alive. One Deskisuna are just slowly pushing in with 10 kills on the board. That's 200 points before the round even ends. I think they're playing this really safe. They are near Red Eagles, but not really sure if they have that info registered on the high ground. They're on the high ground as well. But we'll wait for the circle to close in to see where the next safe zone will be. There's a big possibility it closes into the center, and we'll find out now. Yes, it is into the center right away, and that means Deskisuna has to find a way to get from high ground to low ground where Red Eagle awaits, and they're wasting no time trying to do that. At the same time, teammate, they are running into the circle. Deskisuna, they managed to get closer and closer to low ground. As Red Eagles, they might bump into Team 8 head on. The next safe zone will shrink in 40 seconds, and it seems like Red Eagles will be the first one to take control, but having control doesn't mean that you're going to survive. Gunshot, Deskisuna from the high ground, from so far away, it's going to take one, it's going to knock one down, but can they take the kill? That's the icebreaker we put on. Look at all the scopes that they have, perfect for this situation. They're going to kill off Louis straight away. That is that's Scar from DZ, I believe. DZ or... No, it's from Hunter. Meanwhile, Adele Walker trying to run to safety as well, and he might run into the last remaining members of Team 10. Might be a one-on-one bloodbath. To see who can have the right to survive until the very end. But Adele thinking twice of whether to drive his truck, decides not to. on Eskisuna, pushing in. And that is, again, a safe zone that a lot of people are not in favor of, with a river in between and a zip line as well. So, teammate, they have perfect. They are in the very center, but that also means that they are really susceptible to all the flanks coming in from all the other teams. As you can see, Red Eagles, they are ready. Zabi takes shot from Deskisuna. Neryo is already down, and Zabi, he cannot fall down, but he will. So Mwak is the only guy alive right now, the sole remaining survivor for Red Eagle, and he is on the wrong side of the map, buddy. That is not where you want to be. Neryo gets gunned down. Mwak still trying to do as much as he can, but it might be the end though, as Rock shooting from behind, providing fire. There is on Beach House. 5-1 inside the AK, and just spraying through the ice barricade, as he will get one member of Eskisuna. Meanwhile, Team 10 has been eliminated. It seems like he lost the 1v1 gunfight to Adele, but Adele is now firing from behind a rock. That's Mr. Green with the ice barricade as he turns with the Scar Scope. Does not have a clear view of Adele though. So they're gonna start running, but that means he is now vulnerable to so much gunshots. Adele, can he really outrun if he has the bat in hand with the increased movement speed? But Adele is being chased. There's Miss Kafa and Taleb as well. Adele Walker trying to run, hugging the wall, using the tree as cover, but he's running downhill into open area, and the highway is where most people die. There's the farmers coming in from Taleb to gun him down, but Taleb will have to drop the ice barricade to keep himself alive. 3 teams left, only 9 members alive. Teammate is the only team with full members, as oh yeah, takes a few shots from Taleb, has his own ice barricade. Will heal himself out. Warren from the low ground. We'll spot out Taleb. Taleb is on top of the outpost. There's the watchtower. We'll spot out Bolibok, but oh yeah, we'll peek through, and that will give Taleb full information. There's the 2 double tap on the head. Oh yeah, now has to crawl back to safety. Bolibok tries to fight, but suddenly he runs away, and again the bullet lands on the head. The skull popped open by Taleb as there's 2 men knocked down. Okay, Ayman get that in time. It seems like he cannot because there's already 1 kill going over to Taleb. Still has a full spot as he's now going for the push, but way too aggressive. Aumin is ready, getting revenge with the Groza, and now turning on to Miss Kafa. Miss Kafa drops his ice barricade. There's Miss the Green as well, but his comrade might not be so lucky. Mr. Green trying to go for the revive, but he has to suppress the gunfire first. Miss Kafa hiding behind tree. He has information on where Aumin is, but it's not going for the shots. Mr. Green is going to start taking damage from the circle and might not be able to survive this as Ura runs forward. Miss Kafa as well, revealing himself, trying to outrun the circle, but runs straight into Aumin's Groza, and Aumin with a 2k. And this might just be the booyah, and it is. Asdahe with the booyah for round 4. 11 kills, 520 points, and Eskisuna, they have such a good start. They had 14 kills, but unfortunately, this is not their booyah. But because of 14 kills, they settled for 480 points, just slightly behind first place, as Old School still maintaining a solid average, solid performance, hitting top 3 yet again. But you can see Red Eagles, one team that has a great start alongside Vietnam CZ Pro, but these 2 were eliminated quite early on. Role models and Team SA really dropping the ball this time. G420 as well. So definitely be a bit unfortunate for this team, but Eskisuna, Old School, TN, and Astahe are the 3 teams that we have to focus on right now because round 4 has already concluded. We'll go on a short break. When we come back, it is the final round, and we'll see which top 3 will advance to the semi-finals with a final booyah to close out the night. But before that, we'll go on a short break. We'll be right back. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Free Fire Europe Russia Invitational for Group D. This is going to be the last round of this evening, and then we will see which top 3 teams will advance to the semi-finals by the end of this. And lo and behold, we'll be going back to Bermuda for round 5. And after the first 4 rounds, it's evident that some of the we can see some teams like Devsky, Suna, Old School, Role Model are Red Eagles are the teams that need to watch out for. So we'll jump right into Bermuda for the last round, and we'll see who will take away the final booyah to close out tonight and possibly land their spot in the semi-finals. Let's hop right in. We'll only have 10 teams to kick off the final round. We'll see what happens. As you can see, Team 5, they will be dropping to Shipyard, isolated from the rest of the population. As the rest of the team now centralized in the middle of the map. But seems that there won't be any much confrontation yet. Seems like you might have 3 to 4 teams at the south side of the map, at the south side of Bermuda. So Red Eagles, they had a strong start in the last round, but they faded off towards the end. See if they can see how this works out. But there is Adele isolated from the rest of his team, and again we are seeing the same patterns being shown by the squad. In the first round, Adele was isolated at the edge of the beach, but now he's isolated literally in the middle of everyone, and it's not great. Marcelo as well, taking a lot of damage, and there's an early death. Purple Hush to leave him to bleed out. Knows that no one is nearby. Marcelo will die a really slow and painful death. They're using him as bait for now, but Vladislav says I'll close this out with the M1873. That's the very early kill. You can see Team 10, they are just scattered around the map. Not really sure what the plan was. Marcelo on one side, Adele on the other. Feels like it could be a mistake. You can see that they're just so far away from each other. Sasso now between Clock Tower and the hangar. It's just a lot of confusion coming in. A lot of confusion at this point of time, even though the first save zone hasn't even appeared. But it seems like this squad is all over the place. Team 5 will take full control of Shipyard and Waterfront, as Riverside will be controlled by Vietnam's CZ Pro. As Aaron drives the truck away, immediately gets set on fire, has to jump out of the vehicle, start running, my friend, run to safety, but he's the only man in the vicinity. As we all know, the rest of the squad has been split up, and that means it's going to be a wild goose chase, 4 against 1. Meanwhile, a Down Walker dies, means that Team 10 only has 2 more members left. Haron trying to run for his life, but I don't think he can get far because there's Team 3 right in front of him in Mars Electric. As Haron runs up, now trying to hide on top of the structure, but it seems like Bobby might see him at this point. Do they see him? No, they don't. Purple Hush. They're all brushing by. Haron. Oh, this perfect elusiveness there, right there. Haron somehow managed to shake off 3 members of his 3 out of 4 members of his opponent, but one is still hovering around. But Haron, thinking twice about trying to fire a shot, decides not to. Sasso gets his own car, drives from Clock Tower, heading towards factory, trying to recover Haron, but he has no idea that Bobby is still nearby, and Bobby's gonna hear that car, and that's gonna give away Saso's position. Haro now open fire on Bobby, but misses every single shot. That is not good. Saso will come in time to save Haron, I believe. Yeah, he will. But because Haron missed every shot, that alerts Team 2 of where Team number 10 is. And this is not good news for them. Saso now taking a lot of damage to his vehicle as he drives up the hill, tries to go for a drive-by. Can he knock someone down? Yes, he gets 2! Can he get more? No, vehicle is set on fire. Saso has to get the hell out, but can he really cut it out for his team? Now Bobby in a gunfight. Saso trying to turn this around with his own assault rifle. It seems like he'll clutch this out, but no, the XM8 from Bobby turning it around, trying to land a shot, but misses everyone. Saso using the vehicle, debris as cover, and oh my god, he wipes everyone from Team 2 out. This guy is a legend, putting his team in a good spot, and Team 2 must be kicking themselves for dropping the ball. That is not a good role model if I've ever seen one. But they will have to bow out the final round in last place, only managing to take 1 kill out of the entire population. So Saso definitely deserve credit for that clutch. Meanwhile, Team 6 versus Team number 9. Sumasum already knocked back down. Graki has to heal out with some bandages, but Honda exposing himself a bit too much. Might need to consider relocating, as Golomet will do some suppressed fire, but loses the gunfight, only has 4 HP. Now going for the heal as well. Sumasum down for the second time. There's the M4 from DZ, shooting down Griga from afar. He will get Griga as well. Going for the revive, and Sumasum is going to get revived. He will heal up, but really intense standoff for both teams. It's going to be a 3 versus 4. You see Team 9, they are just spread it all across the terrain. Graki will fall back. That's it, ready the rest of his team, but Team 6, they're not letting up. There's Sumasum trying to fire farmers with his farmers. But Coney, he is at the side, trying to get away with the rest of his squad, but Coney is a bit exposed, and there's Sumasum with the gunfire, but Coney is jumping up and down. It seems like it is a strategy to avoid a lot of bullets, and he will take cover behind the tree again. But he is quite far away from his team. You can see Graki has to heal up as he takes a lot of shots. Circle starting to close in, and you can see the team now scramble to take the zip line to safety. But Team number 9, they will reach the zip line, and now they have to survive a long journey without getting shot down into the ocean. DZ getting into position. Graki might not be able to make it, and he won't have to be left up to dry, as DZ now is trying to shoot Cody while he's on a trip to heaven. Does make it out, but Graki will be sacrificed in the process. Lomet will be the first one of his team to get into the safe zone, as the rest of Team 6 follow suit. But you can see DZ might have taken the wrong trip. As Cody, they are waiting. DZ straight into the water. Decides to drop off early. Goes for a swim, but it might be a watery grave for him at this point. Has the ice barricade equipped, but somehow he still is alive. Can he get to safety? Yes, he can. DG just surviving a drop damage, as you can see Guloman now returning fire from afar, looking on the other side of the zip line. Skylarker now engaging in gunfight, and Skylarker won't lose it straight away. Submarine returns fire, knocks one down. Number 3. In the foot of the hill, Chucky getting healed out by the medic gun. DZ will be gunned down in plain sight. Diamond Teddy going for some random pot shots, not gonna get anyone. And he's gonna scope into the building, but obviously the cover of the building is much more better than open ground, as Diamond Teddy will be brought to his knees, needs to be revived straight away. Squad 3, all 4 members alive in a good spot, but Team number 9 and 6 are coming in. There is the medic gun to heal up. Coney survives some drop, 4 damage, only has 4 HP. He cannot let the circle touch him, but he will, and he might just die. And you can see the HP taking down. Somehow manages to run into safety just in time, but he's still not in the clear yet. Those bullets from team number 6 right in front of him will bring him down. Volleyball now firing from the top of the hill. Samurai taking so much damage. There is the perfect play from the M4. Chucky as well, being gunned right now from different angles. Almin will finish off Chucky Caleb. And Chuck and team number 6, I believe, will be eliminated. You can see the action is actually just right outside on the edge of the circle. So Muslim goes for the flag. Christie has no way out. Christie just been obliterated. Now Mott trying to revive his team, but oh yeah, it's coming in with the M1873. There's the shotgun. There's the one tap. Might just go for more as Neo tries to save his teammate. No, he won't. Almin from the side, and there's the farmers for the cleaning out. They just wipe the floor with 2 of the bodies. And to someone else. The remaining 2 members of team number 3 running safely into Pochinok. Team 5, they are just stationed in Clock Tower. They have such a good 5 and 4 are having the easiest time of their lives, just enjoying the safety of the safe zone. So 2 more members alive for Red Eagles, but not sure how long they can hold this off, as White has DZ also 2 more members, and again the MVP for the team is also saving his isolated teammate. Now in Mars Electric, I believe. But Azdahe top of the hills, near Pick and Pochinok also having a good spot, but the circle is shrinking in, which means that the team now have to maneuver into the safe zone. You can see everyone just beelining towards the safe zone, as YSDZ is the furthest away. And after so long, these teams might clash with each other as Team 4 makes their way towards Clock Tower, where Team 5 have already stationed themselves really long ago. You can hear the early gunshots as 5 raised bullets on Mr. Green, the first one to be spotted. That's YH will be shooting as well. Yazan Wallet trying to go for a pick. They're going to take 1 down. YH now not going for the flank, I believe. Is he going for a flank? No. Standing on top of the hill, but meanwhile there's gunfire coming in. Haron and Sasso trying to get away, and they will. They will get away, but it seems like their vehicle is damaged. Now set on fire. They have to start running from the gunfire from 8 and 6, and this might not be, and they might not be able to survive this time. Not so lucky. Haron is sacrificed. Sasso now hides in the cargo, but this is also going to bring both Team 6 and 8 into play inside of each other. This team might end up fighting. Sasso trying to run for his life. Can he make it out? No, he cannot. Almin takes him down, but that means now they have to take a secondary fight with team number 6, and they might just do that. Safe zone will be shrinking in 50 seconds. 4 teams left. There's the grenade launcher being launched right out, not letting onto anyone. Sumasum is down though. But no, Glomet is down. But they're going to lift him up to. They're going to pick him back up, and he's going to heal right out with the med kit. But with the circle closing in, which means that teammate now has the leverage because they are further away from the circle. Sumasu runs right out to structure to get knocked down, as Nomad will be taken out as well. Hunter is the only man alive. Uruk will take some bullets. That's the return frag as Icebreaker gets dropped right down. But Sumasum already killed off by the farmers. What about trying to stand his ground and shoot off Hunter, but Hunter is already running away. Trying to get to the edge of the circle. There's 3 members from Team 8 on the hunt. But seems like Hunter might get away. No, Outmain on the chase. Turns the wrong way. And that means that Hunter should be able to get out to safety. But it seems like Bolibok looking to cut Hunter off. And he might do just that. Hunter beelining towards the clock tower, but clock tower is where the ambush of Team 5 lies. And Hunter might not be able to make it out. That is the end for his team. So 3 teams left, 11 alive. Mr. Green still trying to take over Clock Tower. Meanwhile, oh yeah, it's down. Let's put about the surviving vistage of his team. No, goes right down. So now it's down to 4 and 5. Both teams have full squad alive. Who will take the booyah? And we're about to find out now. Squad number 5. Save zone not in their favor anymore. Mr. Green takes the pressing fire, gets headshotted, gets knocked right now straight away. There is the ice barricade being laid out. Scarpa might go for the push though. Doesn't want it. Also pushing forward. There's the grenade being thrown right in. Straight into Headhunter. Headhunter with the ice barricade. Perfect block. It's going to keep himself alive, but Wallet now is down. But seems like Team 4 is pushing forward. There's the grenade. Miss Kafa will take 1, will take 2. Miss Kafa gets knocked down as well. Headhunter and White Haze from afar going for the shots. And it's going to be 2 versus 2 at this point. Talib not paying attention. White Haze going for the push. Can he really get the kill? Talib's going to turn around. White Haze taking a lot of fire, but he has the M1014. He will land the shot through. And it seems like it's going to be a 1 versus 1 standoff. No, Headhunter revives his fallen teammate. That's going to be 2 versus 1. And seems like Mr. Green is not looking at the right place and runs away. The grenades are coming through. Headhunter going for the hit, and it seems like he will get the booyah for his team. That is World Legends with the final nail in the coffin, taking the very first and very last booyah of tonight in Group D. But again, Asdahe, Deskisuna, and Old School still putting out great performances, maintaining the top 3, maintaining the top 5 spots. Unfortunately, this time World Legend just played way better. But judging from the cumulative score from all 5 rounds, these teams, Azahe, Deskisuna, and World Legends, they have a great chance of moving forward to the semifinals. But we will find out. We'll find out when the official results come out. But you can see, towards the after round 3 and round 4, role models started dropping the ball. G420 never really showing up. Red Eagles staying in the mediocre level of play, but mediocre is never enough, because it always competition demands the best of the best. And with that being said, that concludes the final round of Group D for the Free Fire Euro Russia Invitationals. The top 3 teams who are moving to the semifinals for this group will be announced on the official website and social media. And with that, it's been a great night. It's been a lot of great matches, great performances from all of these teams. I'm Husky, I'm signing out, and I wish you guys a good night. Goodbye.